I mean, how do you start your day?
So basically, the day starts with, by reading through emails
जी.
and then sorting out the priorities, what should be taken care of first. So it's like FIFO approach: first come, first in, first out.
Okay.
And
So how do you bring that energy every single day?
so the motivation for everybody is different.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
for me, my work is my motivation. So I carry that with me to work, and that makes me smile. That makes me bring that positive energy around.
And ma'am, you have a really pretty smile, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So ma'am, like कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिसेस में बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं, जैसे कि कॉर्पोरेट रूमर्स भी होते हैं. तो मैम, हैव यू एवर कम अक्रॉस जो आपने एक बड़ा वियर्ड सा रूमर सुना हो अबाउट इट?
See, the rumors are like a Chinese whisper.
Okay.
You get to hear something, you pass on something else, and then it ends up at something else. So I don't remember the weird rumors, but yes, the rumors happens mostly during the appraisal time, the increment.
For sure.
So that's thing. I think the main rumor that happens is, increment itna percent hoga, utna percent hoga, but then finally you end up with getting something else, and that's something you cannot stop.
Yeah.
Right?
तो मैम, जैसे कि like Jan and Feb, these are the days like or the month की जिसमें appraisals की बातें होती है.
Yes.
तो उस टाइम पर आपके pings, so I mean your team's ping must be flooded with the messages.
Yes.
मैम कितना हुआ,
So-
मैम कितना हुआ.
Exactly, but at this level, obviously, we cannot share till the time it is
Yes.
finalized,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we
Yes,
hand
ma'am.
over the letters
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
people in the month of Feb. But you rightly said it starts from November, wherein people start talking about it with their friends, with their colleagues around them, and then obviously, because I have that good rapport with my colleagues, with my
Yes.
teammates,
Mhm.
they obviously walk up to me
Right.
and ask कि मैम बता दो.
Yes.
अच्छा percentage मत बताओ कितना
At
होगा,
least कुछ तो
average
बता
बता
दो.
दो, मतलब give us some hint. But
Yes, ma'am.
obviously that's against the policy, that's against compliance. We cannot commit anything. So I mean that's the funniest part, and it is still this is the month which is happening right now.
Ma'am, during this period of time appraisal, काफी चीजें होती हैं ना, क्योंकि lot of employee expect something. I mean they already expected in their mind कि like I'll be getting this much of percentage, but
Right.
end of the day, I mean it's all based on the performance.
Absolutely.
When they don't get it, how do you motivate them? How do you convince them?
So the game does not start after; it starts previously.
Okay.
So we already set the background in such a manner that they don't expect much, right?
Okay.
So the appraisal happens for the year, the
Okay.
previous year that you've already spent.
Yes.
So I have my conversation, or I set my base in such a manner that people does not have high expectation. They don't feel that they are doing an amazing job, and that doesn't happen in a day or a month.
Okay.
But you
okay.
have to keep giving them feedback on a regular
on a regular
intervals.
basis.
Exactly. So
Okay.
like we have 101s. It is a monthly activity
Okay.
that happens. And I think I don't wait for any 101 or a formal 101 with my colleagues. I give the feedback as and when it is needed and required.
I think this is nice. पहले से इनकी expectation set मत करो ताकि इनको
बिल्कुल.
एक bomb shock ना लगे. Ma'am,
Right.
apart from this, काफी सारी चीजें और भी corporate में, corporate in every field of the where people work. I mean, corporate, government, politics, every sector. So there are a lot of conspiracies happens. Do you believe in that?
It happens
Conspiracy-
to some extent.
Or to some
I would
extent?
say. I would say it happens. It happens. So I
Because
wouldn't say
everybody-
conspiracy, but I would say partiality.
Partiality.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay.
But the company that I'm working with, I have not seen that happening
Yeah.
because we are very transparent and we keep things simple,
Simple and clear.
clear. Exactly.
Actually, that is great thing because कुछ क्योंकि where there is a competition, definitely there are things little bit more or less, क्योंकि जहाँ पे competition है हर किसी को personal growth चाहिए and accordingly और वहाँ पे चीजें थोड़ी सी हो जाती हैं.
But I think the competition should always be with yourself. What you
Exactly.
were yesterday, what you are today, and what you want to be tomorrow. It should not be with the person or with your peer group or with the same level that you're working with. It should always be with yourself. And that's how I have grown.
Downfalls or the time where you don't feel energized or go to work. So how did you manage those times?
So my journey has been a roller coaster.
Okay, roller coaster ride.
It is definitely. People say, but then I have gone through it. I've felt it. Um, I would never have been at this place if my father would not have supported me.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah,
I come from
father
I come from a Orthodox family
Okay.
from Kolkata.
Okay.
And I have been to a convent school which was girls. I've been to a college which was totally a girls' college, and that too early morning. So I couldn't bunk my college as well. I've not enjoyed my college life. It was just study. I'm a science student, bioscience.
Okay.
So obviously it was all study, no play.
All study.
Yeah. And my elder brother, he used to take decision on my behalf, not my father.
Okay.
But when I decided to start my journey, to start a job, I think that time my father took a stand and said that, let her do what she wants to.
Let her do that.
Yeah. So that time he took a stand for me, and, he
Okay.
didn't let my brother interfere. My brother did not speak to me for 2 months
Oh
after
my
I
God.
started
I
my
mean-
job. It was very difficult because he was
Difficult.
like a father to me. But then, yeah, so that's how I started. And I think, as I said, the competition was with me, myself. I have never faced challenges at workplace, but my personal life has been really tough.
Really tough.
And managing that with work was absolutely,
So,
a difficult situation.
like it is a question, it's a general question for every single woman out there.
Mhm.
I mean, how they manage their work and the family. Like before you're going to office, you have to do work at home. Like you have to take care of your children, you have to take care of your husband, you have to take care of the entire house. Then after doing that in the morning, you have to go to the office and you have to do all those stuffs, taking meetings, doing work, this, that. A lot of things are there. So how do you
Right.
manage and how do you plan for that?
So it is said that a woman is a Durga. She's got
Oh
more
my
than
God.
12 hands.
Yeah, yes.
And it is very true.
It is very true.
So
That-
you see just 2 hands, but actually we have 12 hands.
12
And we
hands.
can do anything we want.
Anything.
And for me especially, I think everything happened really very early. Like I got married at an early age. I had my first kid after 10 months of my marriage. And then, and as you said, as a female, as a women, we have to do a lot of sacrifices as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had to quit my job for 2 years
Okay.
because obviously,
Obviously.
I was doing a night shift. Even my husband was in night shift. My in-law, both of them were working. So
Okay.
it was very difficult to, bring up the child that time. And the maternity was also for 3 months.
At that point in
people,
time.
at that point of time, of course, I'm
Okay.
talking about like 2008.
2008.
So
Okay.
I had to quit the job for 2 years. I
Okay.
was assistant manager when I left. So
Okay, you were the assistant
just,
manager.
in just
Okay,
3.5 years of my journey, my first job with Genpact, and I was already an assistant manager. But unfortunately or fortunately, I have to leave the job because obviously my family needed a time. Being
Yeah.
a female, I had to do that sacrifice. I regret a lot. But then after 2 years, I had to start my journey all over again. So I started
Okay.
again as an associate.
Right from the scratch.
Right from the scratch from 2011.
There must be a
And
really tough time now because
it was
you were the assistant manager, then you have to start again right from the scratch.
Yeah.
You have to start your journey right from the beginning and from the beginners level to now you have achieved so much. Now you are a part of the top management. How do you feel that? How do you see your journey? If you got a chance to look back through your journey, what do you see?
I see a very strong lady who
Yeah.
survived, all the ups and downs in the life.
So do you have some kids?
Yes, I have 2 kids.
So I mean, kids, husband, work, family, your in-laws and your own parents. इतना सारा कुछ कैसे अपने अंदर समाते हो?
As I said, women are, people say we don't keep things to ourselves, but there are a lot of things that we keep to ourselves. And we are like an ocean. We have 12 hands like Durga. We are an ocean. We have everything. And, I think, and that's the reason, these days people want women to in a top leadership.
Yeah.
Because women know how to organize. They know how to manage everything. Because they have been doing it since, we get married, we have, as you said, we have family, we have kids, we have husband, and we have to make sure that everything is in place before we leave. And, in the Indian society, these days, I think the males also support the family.
Family.
Yeah, they also do a lot of household work,
Yes.
especially from COVID. It has
Yeah,
taught us a
right.
lot of
I mean,
things.
yes.
Yeah, but still,
Mm.
if we look at it since if we go back to our ancestors, we have seen that it was just the female who had been taking care of the
The
household
entire
stuff.
family.
That
Yeah.
comes naturally to us.
That's the
And
natural.
with that, we have the added responsibility if we are working of our
Alright.
workplace. And I think managing that life, personal and professional, there's a very thin line that is there in between that we need to maintain and manage.
Okay, that's really nice.
And that's, I think, comes with an experience.
Right, actually, I got goosebumps. so I was going through your LinkedIn profile and I saw there's a quote you have written there: ki, "Work hard and party harder."
Absolutely, that's what I believe in. So if people are putting in a lot of efforts at work, I think they should be repaid for that. So salary is something which obviously is there, yes, but then as a motivation, I think that's very important.
Fun activities are there, parties is there, on weekends is there. So kitna pressure hota hai, like in MNCs?
So ye jo bhi parties and fun activities are done so that people can manage their stress.
Okay, so basically there is stress.
Obviously there is stress, but not to that. See, it also depends in which field you are,
Okay.
in which organization you're working with. So there are a lot of organizations wherein you don't even get weekends off, but fortunately we have that. We have a fixed weekends off. We hardly do night shifts, but there are organizations wherein people are doing. I have been doing night shifts since I did that for 12-13 years. And even after I joined this organization, I was in night shift. So I won't say that there's no stress. There is stress.
There is stress.
So the outer or the outside or the other side of the grass is always green. So when people look at from outside, it is always, they feel that it's like a glamour or it's greener. But when you enter that and you start experiencing it, then you get to know it's not fun always.
It's not fun always. There is work and there are responsibilities that one have to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, ma'am, that's great. What is toxic work environment? According to you, you have seen a lot of things. So what is toxicity? Like, what is a toxic environment actually?
Honestly, I've not experienced that yet.
Okay.
But yes, I've heard from people wherein there's a micromanagement. I think then it becomes toxic. Because then you just cross the stress level. The pressure is too much because I think it all depends on your leadership, how your leadership is. If your leadership is good, I think you will not even feel that. But if the leaders or your leadership is not good and it is just pressure, then it becomes really toxic. And it becomes difficult to survive in that environment. And I have seen people coming from different organizations wherein, they have felt that, and that's the reason they leave. And as it is said, you don't leave the organization, you leave your manager, you leave your leadership. And that is very true.
When they plan to leave the organization, there must be some discussion with you, with the top management or with their reporting manager. So when they come to you, how do you deal with them?
I'm not diplomatic, honestly. So what I have inside, that's on my mouth, and that's what I talk about. So I have seen a lot of people leaving, and I try to retain only those people wherein it is practical to stop. If somebody is getting a 50% hike outside, I know I won't be able to give that person a 50% hike inside.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I don't want other person's growth to be stopped just because I want to, manage and maintain my attrition.
Okay.
So what discussion I have is, obviously I want to understand why they want to leave, right? If they're getting a better opportunity, which is really a better one than what they have here, I definitely let them go.
Positions के लिए, promotions के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है? To be honest.
I think it is only your hard and smart work that you are supposed to do. People think कि बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होती हैं, if they are very close to their manager, if they are very close to their leaders, they'll get promotion. But it doesn't work that way. It is absolutely your smart work, your hard work, and the way you showcase. So there are people who do a lot of hard work, but still they don't get promotion.
ये मेरा क्वेश्चन आने वाला था, आपने खुद ही आंसर कर दिया कि बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, I mean, they do a lot of hard work, वो बहुत सारा hard work करते हैं, but they do not get the promotions or the appraisal what they are worthy for. So उस चीज़ को डील करने के लिए आप क्या सजेस्ट करोगे किसी एक बंदे को या किसी एक एम्प्लॉय को कि यू आर डूइंग लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क बट यू आर नॉट गेटिंग व्हाट यू डिजर्विंग, व्हाट यू डिजर्व, तो उस चीज़ को आप कैसे, किसी को अगर कैसे बताया जाए कि तुम्हें ऐसे करना चाहिए, आप कैसे, वो क्या हो सकता है?
The only thing is that you need to showcase your work, what you are doing. That doesn't mean that I stand up and shout, I've done this, I've done that. There's a way to put it across. And I think people should know who you are. So it is like building your own brand.
Building your own brand.
Yeah, people should know who Manoj is. People should know who Zainab is.
Right.
Manoj should not go and speak that I am this and that, right? So building your own brand is very, very important. And that comes with experience, that comes with proper coaching, guidance, mentoring. And I think every person should have their mentor in their life, be it your parent, be it your sibling, be it your colleague, be it your manager, be it anybody. But I think everyone should have a mentor, and you should have, candid discussion with those people to build your own brand and showcase your work.
So basically, अगर मैं ये कहूँ कि hard work, if you're doing hard work, that is really good thing. But along with the hard work, you have to showcase your work. You have to represent your work to your manager, to your senior manager, or to the management. मतलब कि अगर बंदा सोचता है कि मुझे तो अपना काम करना है और मुझे कुछ नहीं करना है, और फिर जब प्रमोशंस के टाइम आते हैं तो दे से कि यार इतना काम करा, हमें कुछ भी नहीं मिला. तो यही एक रीजन है कि मैम जो नहीं मिलता है कि क्योंकि ये वो काम तो करते हैं बट वो शोकेस नहीं कर पाते, या फिर
right, ऐसा होता है. I mean, it happens in your personal life also, Manoj. So if you have done something good and it is just you who knows it, how would your family member know that you have done something good? So it happens similarly in your corporate or in offices as well. If you have done something good, you have to showcase, and there's a proper way to showcase. It's not like,
I mean, फ्लोर के बीच में खड़े होकर चिल्लाना नहीं है.
Absolutely, you can't do that. But then you have to showcase. So it's like, and it doesn't come, when you are in office, when you are in corporate, there are a lot of things that you need to do, extracurriculum activities, like in schools we used to do a lot of, like, how do you become a head, in school? We have head
monitors.
Students, right? Monitors. Exactly. So how do you become that? It is not just because you are studying so your teacher notices you and makes you a head boy or a head girl. It is about the extracurriculum activities as well that happens.
एक और क्वेश्चन है मेरा, तो जैसे कि हमने बात करी कि अगर आप हार्ड वर्क कर रहे हो तो डेफिनेटली यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट इट टू योर मैनेजर और द सीनियर मैनेजर, जो भी आपकी हायरार्की है, यू हैव टू फॉलो दैट. बट कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि कुछ लोग काम कम करते हैं बट दे शोकेस मोर देन व्हाट दे डिड,
and they get the credit. So that's their talent, and that's how everyone should be. Because I always tell my colleagues as well, I have a lot of senior people reporting into me at the level and obviously the age as well, and I keep telling them the same thing. Then don't come back to me and say that उसने तो कुछ किया नहीं, उसको क्यों दिया.
अब तक की आपको मतलब कि सबसे weird एक रीजन क्या मिला है छुट्टी के लिए, सुनने के लिए?
I can recall all the memories, Manoj, since the time I started as a people manager. I have had people wherein the excuses were मेरी बहन का पैर जल गया है. मेरे पापा hospitalized हैं. I'm in the hospital, and trust me, I've received selfies as well. Person in the hospital in a jeans and a top sending me the selfie. And I know they are lying. But then,
definitely
obviously it comes, and you just can't say anything. But the weirdest one was one of the colleague, said that sister ka pair jal gaya hai. And I received the picture with all the scrambled potatoes on the leg. I was scared to see what's that, but then I got to know it's all potatoes. And then after 2 hours, that person was posting picture on Facebook at the airport with her whole family. And that was also showed to me by their friends.
Their friends ki aisa bhi hua hai.
So, at times, that people are lying, but then you just have to show your maturity.
You have to just
move on.
Approve.
See, what I believe is
तो
that
डेफिनेटली उसके बाद तो डिसीजन तो होता होगा ना, हाँ भाई ये क्या है, मतलब तुम सिक लीव अप्लाई कर रहे हो।
I don't confront honestly,
Okay.
because that was not me who saw that.
Okay.
So it was shown to me by
by some other people.
their friends
Their
itself,
friends,
that
okay.
you know he or she took a leave saying
Okay.
this, but look at her, she's standing at the airport, or he's standing at the airport.
अच्छा, मुझे
So-
ऐसा लगता है कि जो सिक लीव्स होती हैं ज्यादातर फ्राइडे और मंडे को ली जाती हैं। Is it true?
Fridays, Mondays and long weekends.
Long weekend just to extend their weekend.
Exactly.
ओके एक सिक लीव कर लो, एक मंडे हमारा एक लॉन्ग वीकेंड हो जाएगा, ऐसा होता है?
बिल्कुल, most of the time it happens like that.
Okay.
But I'm privileged enough, like you know, with the bonding that I have with my. So that was very initially when I started my people manager role. I was very aggressive, arrogant,
Okay.
rude, and but then I used to have a candid feedback from my team. So I always used to tell them that give me an honest feedback. Don't think that it will be against you, but it will be for me,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
my improvement, and that's how I have improved. So my
हम उसके बात कर रहे थे छुट्टी लेने के ऊपर। तो जैसे कि लोग आई मीन बहाने मारते हैं,
correct.
और मतलब आपको पता है कि मंडे को अगर कोई सिक लीव ले रहा है, कोई भी लीव ले रहा है, तो बीमार तो नहीं है वो, क्योंकि सबको पता है संडे को पार्टी की होगी, मंडे को छुट्टी चाहिए।
Right.
तो आपको गुस्सा आता है कभी?
नहीं,
Sometimes थोड़ा बहुत-
initially आता था, as I said, when he started as a
Okay.
people manager, obviously गुस्सा आता था, and when you get to know that people are lying to you, it anyways I just get pissed off if I get to know that, you know, people are lying to me, because I
Basically-
want honest people. So, but now I think I laugh. I laugh
Okay.
at them thinking that, you know, they also know I know it. I also know I know they're lying,
Okay.
but they need it. Unless it's a trend, I just let it go.
मतलब कभी कभी तो चल जाता है,
कभी कभी चल जाते हैं obviously.
आप भी छोड़ देते हो, चलो ठीक है बच्चे हैं,
But then when they come back, I tell them कि भाई
क्योंकि-
next time सच बोल देना.
सच बोल देना है, बट ठीक है अभी एंजॉय कर लो।
Exactly.
समटाइम्स क्या होता है कि कुछ कुछ चीजें होती हैं ठीक नहीं होती हैं और आपके अकॉर्डिंगली नहीं होती हैं, तो ऐसा कभी होता है कि लाइक ऑफिस की चीजें, मतलब ऑफिस का गुस्सा घर पे आ गया हो, या घर का गुस्सा ऑफिस चला गया हो?
घर का गुस्सा ऑफिस कभी नहीं गया, बट ऑफिस का गुस्सा घर पे जरूर आया है. बहुत बार आया है.
और
And,
उसके कौन शिकार होता है ज्यादातर?
बच्चे.
अच्छा,
Mostly बच्चे, because my husband he loves peace, so he never reacts to
ओके।
anything, but I react a lot. I
तो जो आपके बच्चे, कभी उन्होंने फ्लेक्स किया अपने फ्रेंड्स में, अरे मेरी मॉम तो डायरेक्टर है, तो I'll get a job easily, उन्होंने कभी फ्लेक्स किया?
I'm sure my daughter does that. Not my son.
बट उन्होंने, मतलब आपकी डॉटर ने किया है ऐसे, मतलब
She does. She often does, and then
Okay.
and she's the one who keeps checking, मम्मा सैलरी कितनी बढ़ी, मम्मा अप्रेजल कैसा हुआ.
अभी से?
अभी से, it's I
Okay.
think since you know, thanks to COVID, when everybody was working from home, these
Okay.
kids have seen me working. They know you know 101 क्या होता है, appraisals क्या होता है. They already know that.
मतलब
They already know
काफी इंक्विजिटिव है वो।
Absolutely.
कि
So
अभी से
नहीं,
इन चीजों के
inquisitive है only in terms of money. She's
फिर
money
तो ये तो फिर
minded.
तो बहुत अच्छी चीज है। I mean, अभी से उसको ऐसा है कि हाँ पैसे के बारे में
हाँ,
जानना है,
so,
मतलब
correct.
वो अपना बेस सेटअप कर रही है,
Correct. So now then she knows कि उसको अभी क्या expense करना है.
क्या एक्सपेंस करना है
हाँ.
और मम्मा की तरह कैसे अपनी लाइफ को राउट करना है। ऐसा हुआ है जैसे कि मैंने ना व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग ना, बहुत बारी क्या होता था कि जैसे कुछ होने वाला है इन अ कंपनी, लाइक अप्रेजल के टाइम पर या किसी के भी टाइम पर, या फिर आने वाले दिन में कोई छुट्टी आने वाली है, आई मीन कि वी आर नॉट श्योर कि ऑफिस बंद रहेगा या खुलेगा, मैनेजमेंट हैज नॉट डिसाइडेड येट, बट सडनली क्या होता है, जब भी हम ड्रॉप ले रहे होते हैं, कैब में होते हैं, ड्राइवर बोल देता है, जो हमारे कैब ड्राइवर्स होते हैं कि अरे सर उस दिन तो छुट्टी है। मैं कहता हूँ आपको कैसे पता? अरे सर, तो मतलब ये मतलब कि उनके पास तक इन्फॉर्मेशन चली जाती है अगर कॉर्पोरेट रूमर्स की। आपने कभी ऐसा फेस किया? ऐसा होता है? I mean,
I have not faced it, but yes, I've heard it many times wherein people come and say कि वो ड्राइवर तो बोल रहा था कि यू नो फॉर एग्जांपल there's a merger with the organization. वो ड्राइवर तो बोल रहा था कि लोकेशन तो ये रहेगा, लोकेशन ये वाला तो बंद हो जाएगा. So I tell people then go and ask the driver.
Even they
If
have
he's
lot of
saying it,
information.
so I don't know how come it happens, but as I said that, you know, rumors are like a Chinese whisper.
Chinese whisper. I mean, they goes and goes and goes. अगर कोई new hire है, fresher है, I mean, they just pass out from their colleges. So what would you say to them? आप क्या कहोगे उनके लिए कि अगर आपको करियर प्लान करना है तो कैसे? How?
The only thing I would suggest them is that they should believe in themselves. They should trust themselves, and they should have the competition with themselves and not with others.
I really want to thank you, ma'am, for this session. आप आए और आपने अपना इतना important time दिया.